and welcome to Idjit's Gaming and the first episode of our playthrough of Satisfactory. This game's kind of formed a dangerous addiction in my head. I've already got a few hundred hours in, but some of my viewers on stream have said that it's very complicated, it's very hard to understand, so I am going to do a playthrough in an episodic format where I completely go through step by step everything so that you can better understand how to play this game. It's an extremely fun game, especially if you like logistics, if you like conveyor belts, if you like trains, if you like pasta, like spaghetti, because there's going to be spaghetti. If you like math, this is the game for you. If you don't like math, I'm sorry, there's going to be math. But don't worry, there's a built-in calculator. But let's get started. We're going to start in the grass fields. This is where a lot of people start. Every one of the starting biomes is okay. But the grass fields is considered to be the starting point for most new players. So that's where we're going to start. That way we can get into it. And I'm not going to skip onboarding. We're going to start at the very, 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 very beginning. That way you guys get the tutorial and you can play along. So let's get into it. Let's go.
Separation from main transport complete. Group A delivered to Calistian region. All pioneers functional, initiating dispersion.
Don't know how
Attention,
I feel that
Pioneer.
being called functional,
I am
but
Ada,
okay.
Your personal instance of the artificial directory and assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program. A Fixit Pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you. Fixit. Short-term solutions to long-term problems.
I think they got hacked there for a second.
Initiating planetfall. Atmospheric entry in 3,
I can't move.
2, 1. Beginning arrow assist. Drag within
Why is there
acceptable
fire outside?
parameters.
I'm scared.
Descent phase begun. Decelerating. Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute. Skipping parachute.
I don't like that whole skipping parachute thing.
Activating retro propulsion. Touchdown.
Yay, touchdown.
Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni situational exploration suit nominal. Pioneer. Acceptable.
Acceptable. Awesome. Ada's already giving me crap. Ooh, I got a space thingamabobber. We might need this.
Congratulations. You are the 3rd in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, AB-B, in the binary system of Akicha. Loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding. First contact safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fixit procedure and equip the Fixit Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
I don't know how I feel about this big old thing in front of me. But it's okay. It's not hostile. Okay. We're gonna put this on. And like anyone, you know, if you got a zappy thing, first thing you're gonna do is
Fixit Incorporated as cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base.
A lot of times you
stick
your finger in the zapper. But I'm gonna go over here. And one
Next
thing that you'll
objective,
notice a lot
use the
of
resource
is I'm going
scanner
to do a
to
lot of
find and
slide
collect
jumping.
additional iron to be able to
The
build the
major
hub.
reason is
If you
slide
cannot
jumping
find
is the
iron, the observed
fastest
scans
way
of the
to get
planet have
around.
revealed sufficient iron sources.
Right now, I'm kind of trying to figure out just where I am in the green fields. And I think I know exactly where I am. So we're going to go over here. I have an area in the green fields that I like to start my base. And we're going to go over that way. And I'm going to go ahead and get that off my screen. Maybe take a little fall damage. Who knows? I'm going to take a whole lot of fall damage because I want to be over there. That's just where I like to start. And you don't have to play exactly how I'm playing. This is just how I choose to start. There's an area that I enjoy that has a bunch of iron nodes and basically everything else really close by. So we're going to slide jump our way over there. And if you're wondering how to do the slide jump, I'm literally just holding down run, which on the PC is the shift key. I'm pressing crouch, and very quickly after sliding, I'm jumping. Hence, slide jumping. And I'm trying to avoid the local wildlife because a lot of them don't like me. They would like to see me not here. And yes, I have the little zappy thing, but the little zappy thing kind of sort of sucks. And I'm not very good at fighting with it. So we're going to come over here, and I'm going to show you how the zappy thing works. Because we're going to stick it right up this thing's backside. Now, hog takes 4 smacks.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve the remains for later study.
Aye, Ada. Okay, so that's done. And we've done the scan. And this is why we're over here. There is, I think, 6 iron nodes here really close. Come over, and it tells you exactly what to do. Hold down E to mine off the
Next objective,
iron ore.
use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources. Fix-It does not pay by the kilometer.
And I'm going to go ahead and get the plugs off the top of each one of these. Even though at this stage of the game you don't have to, you can leave the plugs on. But I will need them removed in the very, very near future, so we're just going to get them removed. And I'm going to put my hub down here. Press Q to pull up your build menu, and select the hub.
Hub foundation built. The hub terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 1.
And anything that you want to make, you are going to need to turn into an ingot. And for right now, we don't have the ability to auto smelt the ingots. We don't have the ability to auto mine the ingots or anything like that. So, welcome to the crafting bench. It's going to be your best friend and worst enemy for a while. You're going to learn to hate this thing. But for the first upgrade, we need 10 iron rods. And there are other ways to go about this. I'm just showing you the absolute easiest way. So you make some iron ingots from the iron ore from just mining the plugs off the top of the iron nodes. Come over here, turn them into ingots, turn them into rods. Drop them in here, smack the yellow button, and boom, we got our first upgrade. Now we got a box.
Hub
Yay!
upgrade 1,
We got a
storage and
box.
frame completed.
I'm going to go ahead and put the
Equipment
hog
like the
remains in there
portable
because I
miner
don't
can now
need
be
them.
made in the workshop. Congratulations on completing your first milestone, the first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies for the Fix-It mission. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 2.
One thing I will point out, and this took me a minute to figure out, when you're using a crafting bench, all it says down here is craft, hold left mouse button, or whatever the respective console button is on the craft button. Or there's just says craft space. It doesn't tell you that you have to hold down space. It doesn't tell you anything like that. If you just tap space, it will auto craft. And as long as you're in this screen, it will continue to craft whatever you told it to craft, as long as you continue to have ingredients for that crafting. So we're just going to craft up a bunch of iron ingots, because we're going to need some, we don't need the iron ore. Iron ore it's not really a building ingredient, it's just the first step. And I put down an equipment workshop, because equipment workshop is where we're going to make the portable miner. Portable miner will go ahead and auto mine the iron for me. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to my to-do list. That way it pops up over here on the right, and it tells me exactly what I need. I love this feature in this game. I wish more games had this feature, because I am notorious for forgetting how many of what I need for what. We got enough to make a couple miners, so we're going to make a couple miners. Because one miner is good, but two miners is better. We're going to drop into the inventory, and we're going to put it in our hand. And we'll remove the scroll wheel down so it's in our, so we can actually equip it. Come up here to one of these iron nodes and click. And click. Look, we got two little droids up here. And they're going to do their little animation. They're going to unpack themselves. And they're going to get to work. Yay. We now have a portable miner that is automatically gathering iron ore for us. So we don't have to sit here and hold down E to gather ore anymore. Sounds like a win to me. We'll grab that iron ore. And they're both going to keep working. A portable miner will only gather one full stack of ore, in which case is generally about 100. We're going to bring it over here, and we're going to turn it back into ingots, because we don't really have any other options. And we'll make some more iron rods. Okay, good enough. Come over to the hub terminal, figure out what they want for the second milestone, and I'll go ahead and select milestone. That will bring it up into my upper right. And I need 20 iron rods. Okay, we can make some more iron rods. Not enough, so we need to go get some more iron ore. And this is going to be quite a bit of this video. There might be quite a bit of jump cutting around, just because I'm going to be doing a lot of the same things over and over, and it's going to become very repetitious. And at this point, it is repetitious. Don't feel bad if this point feels like you're just doing the same thing over and over, because you are. Okay, so I got my 20 iron rods, and I got my 10 plates. So we put 10 plates in, and you can just double click them and they'll go in as well. And again, smack the green button. And look, now we got a wall.
Hub
We got a
upgrade
little
2,
room.
power and shell, completed. The smelter can turn raw ore such as copper and iron into ingots, and the biomass burner generates power when fueled. Fun fact: most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fixit technology. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellation of your yearly bonus. Next objective: complete hub upgrade 3.
Okay, now that Ada's done with her little thing, we're going to go over here to a copper node. And the reason why I spawned here, or I walked over here from where I spawned, is I know where these nodes are. To make a smelter, you need wire. And at this stage in the game, the only way to get wire is to get it out of copper. And you can hold down V and use your scanner, and it will tell you where your node is. I just happen to know where this node is off the top of my head, because I played here before. And we got a friend. We got a hog that wants to play. So I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to jump over his head. Or I was going to try to jump over his head, but he didn't want to play nicely, so we're going to chase him down, and we're going to hit him the last time. Because again, remember, it takes 4 hits. Okay, that's gone. I have another auto miner, so we're going to go ahead and set that down on the copper node. And we'll let it do its thing. Well, I don't need a whole lot of copper. So I probably have enough from getting the plug. So we'll go back over to the hub. And the hub is always on your compass in the upper portion of the screen. You don't have to set a waypoint for it or anything like that. And again, we're just going to slide jump. And you do recover health. So even if you get hurt by the animals, you will recover. We come in here, we make some copper ingots, not iron ingots. We'll be making some iron ingots here in a little bit, but that's enough wire. Now we can make it. As soon as we make some iron rods, we can make a smelter. And since this is supposed to be a very informative playthrough, if there's anything I'm missing or I'm going over too fast or anything like that, be sure to leave a comment down below and I will take time to answer you either in the comments or in the next video. Because I enjoy this game to the point that I want everyone to be able to play it and feel like it is accessible. And it is a very complicated game with a very steep learning curve. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just going around and I'm gathering up all these bushes. Because right now our only fuel source is biomass. Biomass is just a fancy way of saying organics. So plants. So we're just go ahead and gather up all the plants we have right here. So that's enough. So I need to make a little bit of cable so I can make a power wire. So back over here, make some copper ingots. And we got 3 cable. That might be enough. Yep. And all I did here is I hit the 2 button because at the very bottom of the screen you notice I have a hotbar. Number 2 is your power wire. And this is just the default one, and I hooked up my smelter to the biomass burner on the back of the hub. And I'm going to throw in all those leaves. Those leaves make power. Power fuels the smelter. So I can come over here to these little guys. These cute little guys, and hit grab all. That grabs all of that iron ore. And we can shove one of those stacks. Once we tell it that we want to make iron ore, or iron ingots, it will use iron ore, and we'll put an entire stack in there, and it's going to make iron ingots. It does not have anything coming out of it. It does not have anything going into it, so we have to feed it manually. That's okay. And the hub will not stay here. This is very much a temporary placement for it. But at least for right now, this works. It's very close to my iron. It's not that far away from my copper. And we'll just grab these iron ingots because we need to make 20 iron rods and 20 iron plates as shown in the upper right of the screen. So again, back to the manual crafting bench because, again, best friend, worst enemy. Now I can make iron ingots faster than what this thing can, but I'm lazy and I don't want to. The sort button on the bottom of your inventory allows it to restack everything. So if you have stacks that are more than not a full stack and you want to combine them, smacking the sort button just does that for you really quickly. And we're just going to go ahead and make enough ingots to make the copper plates we need, or the iron plates we need. I misspeak a lot. You'll get used to it. And I have 8 plates right now. I need 20, so this number needs to be 12. Once it is, we can switch over to making iron plates. That gives us enough rods and plates to check those off. And now we need more wire, so let's hop, skip, and jump over to the copper area, and we'll get some out of the miner. We're going to have to make them into ingots ourselves, because I don't really feel like running a power wire all the way over here, and I don't think I've got the power pole unlocked yet, so I couldn't even if I wanted to. As a warning for new players, if you haven't already figured out, green noxious looking gas is a bad thing. Don't go over there. You will take damage. You will hurt. If you stay in there long enough, you will die. The nice thing is this game is very forgiving about death. If you die, you drop a death crate, which everything from your inventory in it, you keep all your tools. So anything that's on your body, anything that's on this portion of the screen, you get to keep. Anything on the other side of the other portion of the screen, it stays in a box, and you have to go get it. So we'll make some copper ingots real quick. I just need 20 wires, so again, I'm just looking at this number right here. Once it hits 20, I know I can make enough to fulfill the latest request. You will not be using this thing for very long.
Hub
Don't
upgrade
worry,
3,
it's going to go
interior
away.
furnishing completed. The constructor can produce simple parts, and power poles allow for the expansion of the power grid. When you make the inevitable mistake, Fixit's dismantling feature is designed to salvage all resources used during construction, in line with our zero waste policy. We understand that Fixit pioneers are only human, and thus prone to error. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 4.
The Hub Upgrade 4 requires a bunch more stuff. We're not going to make those. We're going to make a bunch of screws, and we're going to make 2 reinforced iron plates. The reason we're making 2 reinforced iron plates is because we want to make a constructor, which does require a bit more wire so we can make the cable. And again, the to-do list is awesome. Okay, I do need a slight bit more wire than that. Alright, that gives me enough cable. One thing I will say is in the very early game, like where I am at the moment, it is completely okay to build stuff on the ground. There's nothing wrong with building on the ground. You will want to build on foundations eventually, but that's not a right this second thing. So we do need some concrete, which means we need limestone. We'll come over here to this limestone node. Again, you can hold down V and bring up your scanner to find them. I already know where it is, so I don't have to. But again, hold down V, scan for limestone. It tells you there's a node. And it will tell you where every node in your general vicinity is. And we're going to skip our way back over here. We'll take that limestone and we'll turn it into concrete. For 2 major reasons. A, I need some concrete so I can put down a power pole. We drag the power cable from the power pole to the biomass burner, and from that up to the smelter. Power poles are like an extension cord. Or a wire splitter. So right now I want to hook that to this constructor. Again, I don't have belts, but I can put a bunch of iron ingots in here and turn them into plates. And it will automatically make that for me. Come over here, drop off some more iron ore, pick up some more iron ingots, and we put those over here, and it will just make plates for me. Once the little miner is full, once it has 100 of the ore that it is gathering, it will turn itself off. At the moment, just take it out of there, the miner, stick it in the smelter, it will smelt it down to ingots, take the ingots into your constructor, and boom! That part's done. I have enough concrete to finish this. While I'm waiting for the constructor to make the 75 plates for me, I'm going to go ahead and make the wire into cable that I need. And it's 2 wire per cable. So we're going to make 40 wire. And there's my 40. And we're going to make that all into wire, and then we're going to make a bunch of cable so we can fulfill that portion. In the very near future, we're going to start automating things. Because, I don't know about you, but I don't want to sit there and handcraft everything. We have machines for a reason. I'm going to come up here, I'm going to get the ingots. And I'm going to stick them back in here so we can keep making iron plates. I'm already up to 44 of them. Also, I still have some ore, so we'll stick that in there and get it smelting. The biomass burners that you have back here are extremely limited. These only produce 20 megawatts, and I think at the next stage we get a second one. We'll very soon get a second one. We got an exclamation point in here, which is the customizer. I don't do a lot of customization. I always like to have the llama on my build tool. I don't know why. I just like the llama. And 16, that puts me up to 60. Do I have any ingots on me? No. And I'm going to go ahead and play with default settings, so there will be a day and night cycle. If you find it too dark, you can press B for a flashlight. I will try to go through and find out what the console commands are. That way, for you console players, I can tell you what buttons I'm actually pressing. But there's my 75 plates, so let's get that sent off, smack the big yellow button, and boom, Hub Upgrade 4 done.
Hub Upgrade 4, landing platform and utilities completed.
That gets me conveyor belts.
Connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources.
Sounds like a great
Due to past incidents, I have been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners. If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 5.
So we're going to go ahead and get a conveyor put on there. And I just need a couple more iron plates. I think I said I need 5, so a little bit more. And so we'll get the iron plates made. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and select the milestone for Hub Upgrade 5 so we know what it's going to cost. And you'll notice I put my conveyor out a little ways. That way it can run into the machine without clipping through this wall like it's trying to do here. I don't like that. So we'll set it to curve. And all I'm doing is I'm pressing the R key, which cycles through the building modes. And as you see, we have a nifty little conveyor running iron ingots down to the constructor. So I don't have to take iron ingots from the constructor, or from the smelter, to the constructor anymore. It will do that for me. I'm going to go ahead and switch my recipe over to iron rods, just for right now. And I'll take the iron ingots and stick them back in. Anytime you change the recipe, anything that's built up in the machine, whether it's on the left side or the right side, goes into your inventory. So do bear that in mind. If you don't have room in your inventory, it's going in a crate on the ground. I'm going to make a few more iron rods because I want to get a little portable miner over on the limestone. Because as you see, my hub upgrade 5 does require more concrete. I don't want to hand mine anything, so portable miner. They're your best friend right now. And put it on your inventory and stick it on. And again, it'll go through its animation. While it's going through its animation, it is already mining. The animation's just there. It's kind of just there to be cute and to make it look like it's actually doing something before it mines. But it does start mining before the animation is complete. We need to grab some copper. And so we'll come over and visit this little portable miner, and we'll take its stash. One thing about the slide jump is you can't do it going uphill. Especially not at the current moment. I think when you get some more speed, you can at times, but it's tricky. So we'll go ahead and keep making ingots because I need 50 watt or cable. I need 50 cable for the hub upgrade 5. So we'll just handcraft enough wire to turn into cable to complete that one. One thing to bear in mind, you only need a smelter when you're working with a metallic ore. Concrete or limestone is not an ore, therefore you don't make ingots with it. You don't make ingots with it, you just move straight to a constructor. I did say this crafting bench would be your best friend and worst enemy. So I do want a constructor, and I want a smelter, and another constructor. Now, if you're curious what your recipes are, anytime you click on these, you will be shown this uses iron ingots, turns them into iron rods. And if you hover over them for a little bit, it will actually show up, so you don't have to try to guess what the symbol means. Okay, that's fine. Go over here, grab some iron rods. I think I need a couple more screws. Come on. Nope, actually I need plates. Okay. I'll try to go ahead and get the, I can probably make a smelter for the copper. I just need some cable. Well, we'll go over here to the copper node, and we'll go ahead and get a smelter set up so that we can, so we don't have to make our own ingots anymore. And sometimes you'll hear a weird noise. It's literally just this big moth manta thing. And it's harmless. It just flies overhead making noise. You don't have to worry about it. But if you find the day-night cycles to be a bit much, let me know, and there is a mod that I can install that will allow me to just have daytime at all times. I always try to point my smelter the orange side of any machine. Every machine has an orange side and a blue side. I think that's supposed to be blue. It's bluish green. orange is in, the bluish green is out. So we will want the material coming out of the mine to go into the orange side and out the bluish green side. And I'm going to get these plants out of my way so this is a little easier to see. So you always want to point your orange side towards your resource. And unfortunately, as you noticed, that thing's not doing anything. I didn't put anything in it because we need power. And it's a bit of a trek over here. But there's no copper nodes closer than this one. That one's 176 meters away. That one's 350. That one's 570. Yeah, we'll go with the one that's a little closer. So, again, press 2 to pull up your power wire. And these can only go so far. I always have a really bad habit of dragging them out till it says wire too long and then repeating. And I want it kind of over here because I'm going to power the limestone node as well. I don't have a whole lot of concrete, so I'm really hoping I can get this all on one pole. Yeah, close enough. Click the pole, click the smelter. Smelter is now active. So now I can throw a bunch, reset copper ingot, and I can throw a bunch of copper ore in there. And it will go ahead and make my copper ingots for me. One less thing I have to do manually. Makes me happy. I don't know about you, but I'm already tired of the handcrafting. We got a little bit more to do, but we'll be done handcrafting here real soon. And we got a bunch of rods, which isn't enough. And obviously we're out of ingots, which tells me that I'm out of ore, since I can't automate the ore gathering process yet. We got to get them out of the little portable miners. We'll stick that ore in here, and it'll go back to making ingots. Every machine has a buffer on the input and on the output, and it's one full stack. So in this case, if I disconnected that conveyor belt, I could have 100 iron ore and 100 iron ingots. We're going to try not to do that because we want the 75 iron rods that we need to make the next step. I do want some. We'll just make our own ingots. We need to make a couple more plates so we can make the fourth iron plate that we need. So we need 4 of these reinforced iron plates to make the constructors. And we want 2 constructors. I need 12 cable, but we're going to make a little bit extra. Having extra of these basic resources is never a bad thing. We're going to run over to the limestone node, and we're going to smack a constructor down next to it. Again, a whole lot of skipping and jumping, skipping and jumping, and skipping and jumping. Again, point the orange towards the node. Grab your power wire and bring it down. Cool, this is now set up. And because this is next to limestone, I want to make concrete. Come over here to this little guy, grab all, get him working again, and stick the limestone in the concrete maker. Cool, right? Easy. We're going to come up here, back to copper. And we're going to try to line this up. If you hold down control and you're on the same plane, it will automatically line up. Like, I don't have enough iron plates to make the conveyor between these two. So, yay, more handcrafting. But I will go ahead and hook that up to power. The nice thing about the biomass burners is they only consume the amount of power that's needed. If the machine is not running for whatever reason, Like a little while ago, the smelter didn't have any iron ore to run through. The biomass wasn't supplying power over to it. It wasn't burning fuel for it. So I do need to check in on this every once in a while because, as you see, I'm almost out of leaves. We'll throw some more in. We need to make some more iron plates so we can make the conveyor for the copper assembly. I will try to cut out as little of this as I possibly can. That way you see every single step. I'm really hoping to be done with the handcrafting here real soon. One thing to note, right now you have two major fuel sources. You have wood and you have leaves. Wood burns longer than leaves, much like in real life. So as we're going over here, we'll grab a bunch more of this stuff. If you look on the left side of the screen, you'll notice I'm getting wood and leaves. I'm getting a lot more leaves than I'm getting wood, but that's okay. Because we're not going to be on leaves and wood for all too long. There's better sources of fuel. And we're going to get into them quickly. Probably won't be in this week's episode, but make sure to tune in for next week's episode, and we'll tackle the next steps. Okay, so that's now set up. This has already burned through all the copper ore it had, so let's give it some more. And we'll take some more out of the little porto miner. These are also called portobello miners, but I think that's just like an internal joke. But this is already going to make wire for me, so I don't have to handcraft wire anymore. Just like I can come down here to the limestone, and I'll get rid of the leaves. Because A, we need the leaves for fuel, and B, they're just in the way. And we'll put more limestone in this so that it's still moving. And you notice I've got 2 stacks of 1 limestone. I'm going to smack the sort button just to restack those. Hop back over here to the hub. Because I did pick up enough concrete to get that one checked off the list. I should have enough iron rods now. If I click on the right thing, yep. We can get that one checked off the list. Yay, those are done. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and switch this back over to plates. And I'm going to hop, skip, and jump back over to copper to grab a bunch of wire so we can turn it into cable and get hub upgrade 5 done. While you're running around, as long as you start with a bush, you can just keep your gather button held down, which on PC is the E key as an elephant. Right now you cannot gather trees, you can only grab little shrubs. It's just like in real life, you're not going to rip a tree out of the ground with your bare hands. You don't have to be extra strong for that one. I got 58 wire, so that gives me 60 total, and I got that a little too close so I can't actually squeeze my butt through there. If you see that fuse blown, more than likely you've ran out of fuel. That happens one of 2 times. Either you've ran out of fuel or you've exceeded the amount of power that you produce. I know it's not the second one because, oh, we'll get into that in just a second. I'll go over how to tell how much power you're generating and if you, yeah, see, big red or big orange thing, no fuel. So we need to put some more in. Once you do, you can throw this lever and it all powers back up. This is your power screen. The black line is how much power you are making. The gray line is how much power you can make. And the orange line, which we're not even seeing right now because it's literally on the black line. You can't see it because the black and the orange are sharing the exact same line. But you can look down here at this. The maximum consumption if every machine was running would be 20 megawatts. I only make 20 megawatts. Currently using 12.2. We're producing enough power for 12.2. One of the machines just went offline because it ran out of resources, so we're down to 8.3. Just keep this chock full of material and you'll be fine. Unfortunately, we can only make 30 cables, so we need to make a little bit more wire. And even after making all the wire I can't make enough cable. I'm going to grab this bush. Remember, the Fix-It AI did tell us we need to exploit this planet. We are to explore and exploit. But that gives me enough wire. We can hop back to the hub. Or the hub, not the hab. Different game. And we can make the cable to get Hub Upgrade 5 checked off the list. Yay, we want to get rid of that, right? Milestones are this game's form of progression. You have to cross a milestone, complete a milestone, so you can unlock the next stage. Hub Upgrade 5 complete.
Hub Upgrade 5 Power Expansion completed. The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts and requires power to function.
And now we have two of these.
As you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was established because Fix-It pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 6.
Okay, Hub Upgrade 6 requires rods, plates, wire, concrete. We don't have enough for any of it, so you know that means we gotta go fuel these things. Come over to the portable miner. And we're going to do something a little different. We're going to pick him up. He's done. He's done with his work. Because now we can make the miner. The miner Mark 1. Or miner MK1. The first tier of miner. And it is an automated miner. Unfortunately, we didn't actually have any iron ore in the smelter, so we haven't actually made any iron plates. So let's get some iron ore out of these little guys. These guys I'm not going to pick up just yet. And we'll throw the iron ore in there, and we'll get some plates made. 4. I need 10. 6. 8. And come on, 10. Now this takes 3 iron ingots to make 2 iron plates. So it's literally a 3 in, 2 out. It says it takes 30 iron ingots per minute to produce 20 iron plates per minute. We'll get into the numbers of automation later. This episode is mainly about getting through the tutorial section. And I can make a miner Mark 1, so we're going to slap him down right there. We're going to try to point its output towards our miner. And I'm going to get rid of this power wire, because I'm going to bring this down. As you see, it says I'm missing wire, and I'm missing iron rod. So for right now, we'll leave this hooked up. If you use your hotkey for the power wire, it will automatically place power poles anywhere that if you're not directly hooking up to a building. So we'll grab this wire. And we'll skip back home so we can get some more rods. So we can make some more rods. Remember when I said the skip jumping or the slide jumping is the fastest mode of transport? Yeah, you kind of just saw just how fast it can get. And it can get faster. So don't think that's anywhere near max speed. As long as you're on either a decline or a flat surface, you can pick up a fair amount of speed. And all I did there is I brought a power wire from this power pole down to a new power pole and hooked up the constructor and the miner. And as you see, the miner is getting to work. It is chewing out some limestone, so let's go grab a couple more plates because I didn't grab enough. And we'll make a conveyor belt so we can actually automate the construction of concrete. We got 46 iron plates here, so that's more than enough to get this automated. And boom. The miner digs out limestone, sends it down the conveyor into a constructor. Constructor eats the limestone and makes concrete. Easy, right? One thing we can do is if we had a few more iron rods, we could put down a box. So let's grab some iron ingots. Or we'll just make some iron ingots. I've got a bunch of iron ore on me, so we'll just make some iron ingots. We'll make some iron rods, and we'll get a box made. And then we'll automate the other two. And we have not unlocked that yet. I didn't think so. I think that's upgrade 6. Okay. Organization. Box. Again, you want the green arrow pointing towards the orange arrow. If you hold down control, it will be in a straight line. See how relatively straight that conveyor is? And now all the output from this constructor, instead of piling up here, will come into this box. This box can hold 24 stacks. That's a far cry from the 1 stack this box can hold, or that constructor can hold, right? It seems like a really good idea to have more. So for right now, we'll come over here to production, and we'll click this plus button to put 2 portable miners on, or 2 miner Mark 1s onto our to-do list. And it says I need 2 portable miners. Okay, well, that's not a problem at all. Because there happens to be 2 portable miners sitting right here. Pick up miner, pick up miner. And we'll put a miner Mark 1, turn it. So it's relatively facing. And if you want to hold it in place so you can actually walk around and see how it's looking, you can press the H key. That needs to turn a little bit. And it can just go straight in there. We're going to disconnect this wire because we're going to bring up a power pole. I always like having power poles close to my production machines. And this is going to spin its big scary ball down into the iron and get going. Now this is going to automatically make iron ore. It's going to feed it into the smelter. The smelter is going to feed it into the constructor, and the constructor is going to do what the constructor does. It's going to make things. Well, I have enough stuff to make another miner Mark 1, so let's go over to copper, and we'll get that one situated too. And again, some more slide jumpies. And we'll pick up this miner, which gives me all of the copper ore it had in its inventory. Well, let's go ahead and throw that in the smelter for right now. Press H to lock the hologram in place. That looks good. And we connect. It says I'm missing iron plates. I'm missing one iron plate. You gotta love that one. And I got myself stuck in there. My hips are too wide. I can't slide my butt through there. I need to lube it up. Get some of that baby oil out. Can we remember if this constructor is making plates or rods? Hey, look at we're making plates. Cool. I need plates. Well, now I've got enough iron plates to complete this. We'll go ahead and get it started. And you'll notice that the conveyor belt is now number 3 on my hotbar. So we'll go ahead and hook that up. We'll disconnect this cable because we're going to bring another power wire. That way we can hook that up. And it already says I'm missing cable. Of course I'm missing cable. I gotta stop trying to shoehorn through there. I know I can't fit. One thing you can do, if you don't want to run all the way back to your hub, you can put down a crafting bench wherever you want, as long as you have the materials for it. I needed a bit of cable, so now we deconstruct the crafting bench because we don't need it. The deconstructing menu can be accessed by pressing the F key. Now, this is chewing up copper ore, and we're going to add a little more. Goes into the constructor, or goes into the smelter to smelt it down from ore to ingot. Goes up to the constructor, turn it from ingot to wire. I gotta stop doing that. Or I can just remove that power pole and move it. One nice thing about this game is every time you deconstruct something, you get the exact ingredients that you used to build it back. All of them. You don't have to pay a deconstruct tax or anything like that. Some games, you do. This is not one of them. So I've got all the copper wire I need. Cool. Still working on iron plates. But now that that's fully automated, that shouldn't be a problem and should be done shortly. I'm going to go grab a bit of concrete. And we will get that one checked up. And one of my fuses blown. What we know what that means, right? It means I ran out of fuel. Because leaves don't burn very long. Your hub does not require power though. We'll come in here, that one still has some leaves. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down control and I'm going to click my wood. Sorry, I'm going to right click my wood, which will split the stack in half. I'll put half in that one. That one still has some leaves, so we'll turn the grid back on. While that's going, and while I'm waiting for the plates to finish making, I'm going to go do a little deforestation. Again, this is a temporary solution. This is a short-term solution to a short-term problem. But we're just going to go around. We're going to gather all these leaves. Because I knew that was going to happen. Remember that one that had 40 leaves in it? Yeah, leaves don't last very long. 500 leaves will last a little while. A little while. Yeah, that should be enough of those, so I'm going to switch this back over to iron rods. And I'm being very stingy with my power right now. Until I'm done with Hub Upgrade 6. I need 35 more iron rods. I don't know how many more I have on me. I have 4. Do I have any iron ingots? I have a few. So let's turn those into the iron rods and try to get through this milestone. Got 5 and 7 iron ingots. I'll make those into rods too. I can make them into rods faster than the machine can. I'm at 89. I need 11 more. Come on. 4. This is not necessarily the best way of doing this. I have 9. God, really? Tell me you have 2. Yep, you have 2. Cool. There we go. Hub upgrade. Done.
Hub Upgrade 6, Landing Platform Hydraulics, completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have
Now,
completed onboarding and
we
achieved
have
the
a little
absolute minimum
freighter.
skill level required of a Fix-It Pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Okay, biomass burners are much better than these two. I'm going to go ahead and try to get those set up, and then we'll probably call it there. I can do a little bit of cutting out and try to keep this video under an hour. Unfortunately, I need 45 rods, but I think I can make 1. I just need a couple plates, so... Do I have any extra ingots in here? No. I have a crap ton of iron ore in my pocket now, so... Let me, put any extra iron ore in there. We'll make a biomass burner so I can show you why I wanted this biomass burner and not that biomass burner. I need 15 iron plates to make 1 biomass burner. Come on. Oh, handcrafting sucks. But we're nearly done handcrafting. One biomass burner. As you see, this has an orange input. Orange input means happy, happy Idjit. Now we're just going to put half this wood in here because put a power pole down, get rid of this power wire, we'll hook that power wire to this, that to this, and boom. Now we can hook up this to the biomass burner. The biomass burners that you can build produce 30 megawatts. The ones on the hub only produce 20. This one also has a input feed. So you can put down a box and just fill it with leaves or wood and feed it straight into it. These are much better. Not only do they make more power, they have the ability to have a conveyor belt feeding into them. But that concludes the tutorial of the game. So I'm going to wrap it up there, and we'll be back next week to work on Tier 1. Tier 1 has a lot of exciting stuff in it. We have foundations, walls, lookout tower. We have more stuff to do with the conveyor belts. We have the map, the MAM, object scanner, personal storage box, and more inventory. Tier 2, we get even more stuff. And we will be getting into a lot more automation. But that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. If you have not already, please remember to smack that like button. And if you enjoy the content, subscribe. We'll be back next week with more Satisfactory. And until then, I've been Idjit, obviously.